Now on Coast TV News.
Big store backlash.
We would essentially be trapped in our community.
The concerns over the initiative that would bring Costco to the coast and where it stands with Sussex County officials.
Animal rescue leader charged. The shocking details involving dozens of dogs and cats, how the Brandywine Valley SPCA in Georgetown is helping with their care.
Good Thursday morning, Del Mar. That autumn-like chill is in the air this morning. Some of us waking up to temperatures in the 40s. I'll have details on a spectacular stretch of weather ahead.
Slow ride. The special event zone in Ocean City set to go into effect later this month. What town officials want you to know ahead of the Endless Summer Cruisin event.
This is Coast TV News Today.
And we're making our way in the 6 o'clock hour. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us. It is Thursday, October 2nd, 2025.
Shall we go with the Friday Eve card? I was
think
debating
so.
that one. Okay.
Even though yesterday I thought it was Tuesday, but it was Wednesday. Today doesn't really feel like a Thursday to me yet. I don't know. I'm a little off this.
I'm telling you, when
first week of
Friday hits
October.
tomorrow, it'll feel like a Friday.
Feel like a Friday.
Weekend vibes will be in effect.
All right, well, I look forward to those weekend vibes. And Chris, I'm hoping we're going to have a beautiful weekend because this week so far is beautiful as well.
We're on track for that. Good morning, Elisa and Matt. And we're going to see plenty of sunshine today, and we're going to carry it right over into the weekend as we take a live look into Cambridge. Got some boats going out here. Looking pretty pleasant there in Cambridge, but a cool start. 50 degrees. Winds are calm. Could see some minor tidal flooding there through high tide later on today. But you could see temperatures right now, we are much cooler than we were just 24 hours ago. 14 degrees cooler there in Cambridge, 14 in Georgetown, and we are 16 degrees cooler in Salisbury, where the temperature is 49 degrees. We're at 49 in Redden. The cool spot there, Harrington, coming in at 47. 51 in Milford, but milder at the coast. We're in the 60s, and that's all thanks to that northeast push of wind coming off the warmer ocean. Gusts still upwards of 25 miles an hour, but we're not going to have the 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts like we had yesterday along the coast. Dew points are in the 40s, a measure of the moisture in the atmosphere. We are dry, nice, dry, comfortable air mass through much of the northeast, and that's all thanks to Canadian high pressure sinking southward through the day today. Now we're going to see plenty of sunshine through round out our week, and we're going to carry that over into the weekend. We are trending warmer into the weekend as well, as we're going to be back into the mid to upper 70s. So plenty of sunshine, mix of sun and clouds through the morning. Into the afternoon, 67 degrees by around 2. We'll top out in the upper 60s. Some areas could brush the 70-degree mark this afternoon. Coming up, we'll talk more about that weekend ahead in that full 7-day forecast. Matt.
Thank you, Chris. Our top story this hour, another delayed decision on plans for that large shopping center on Route 24 west of Lewis.
A vote to change the zoning for the Atlantic Field Shopping Center, which would include a Costco, Target, and Whole Foods, didn't happen at Wednesday's Planning and Zoning meeting. The commission deferred their decision on the zoning amendment to a later date.
People who live nearby, they were at this meeting, and many telling us that they're worried about the traffic that the new stores could bring to the area.
My issue is really traffic and really rendering the streets surrounding that area just to gridlock, continually from, normal business hours. So we would essentially be trapped in our community.
And if the commission does approve Atlantic Fields, the final say on this will come from the Sussex County Council.
And for some more context, this is where the Atlantic Field Shopping Center would go along Route 24 on the corner of Mulberry Knoll Road near Beacon Middle School. It would be a 695,000 square foot development.
New this morning, slowing down in Ocean City. Town is announcing the implementation of another special event zone later this month. According to police, enhanced parking rules, higher violation fines going into place from October 9th to the 12th. And this is for the Endless Summer Cruisin event. The town says it expects thousands of visitors and heavy congestion. And to see what other rules are in place during this special event zone, you can head to the article on our website, coasttv.com.
Happening this weekend in Ocean City, it's the Country Calling Music Festival. The 3-day event is back, taking place from October 3rd to the 5th. Organizers say headliners include Carrie Underwood, Luke Bryan, and Luke Combs. There will be 3 different stage areas for people to enjoy, 2 on the beach and 1 on the boardwalk. All of this will take place at the Ocean City Inlet.
New overnight, at least one person is hurt after 2 planes collided while taxiing at LaGuardia Airport in Queens, New York on Wednesday. The wing of one of the planes collided with the fuselage of the other on the airport's taxiway. This was just before 10 p.m. a flight attendant on board one of the aircraft was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. No passengers were injured during the collision, and they were placed in hotel rooms, offered meals, and given the option to rebook their flights today.
New this morning, BB Healthcare is rolling out a major upgrade to patient care. According to the organization, starting November 1st, BB will start to use Epic, an electronic health record system, along with the MyChart patient portal. The system connects records across more than 50 locations in Sussex County, giving patients one chart for all of their care. With MyChart, people can view appointments, message doctors, and manage billing information from their phone or computer. BB leaders say the upgrade will improve patient access, coordination, and community health.
Got a heartbreaking story to tell you. It's out of Newcastle County. The president of a Delaware animal rescue facing animal cruelty charges.
According to the Office of Animal Welfare, nearly 100 dogs, cats, and small pets were rescued from Mark Potomi's home. Potomi is the founder of Pet and Wildlife Sanctuaries.
And authorities say he had 98 animals living among filth. You can see some of them here packed into crates. 4 animals did not survive, and Potomi now faces more than 60 counts of animal cruelty and other charges.
Now nearly all of the animals are at the Brandywine Valley SPCA in Georgetown. The SPCA says it needs fosters, adoptions, and donations to help care for these pets.
Things to know: protect your pets in Wycomico County. Now this weekend, the health department there is offering a rabies clinic. The agency says the walk-up clinic is $10 per pet, and owners must show proof of previous rabies vaccination if they choose the 3-year dosage. This is taking place on October 4th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 108 East Main Street.
Across Delmarva, high school girls in our region are getting hands-on career experience in the power industry. Today, the Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware Association of Electric Cooperatives will host a one-day career camp. The organization says the program introduces students to careers like line work, fiber, broadband, and substation technology. Campers can learn safety skills, practice climbing utility poles, and even try out a bucket truck. Today's camp takes place at Chop Tank Electric Cooperative starting at 8:45 a.m.
Happening today, people in Ocean View will have a chance to weigh in on plans. This is for a new natural area and trail. The town is hosting a public workshop on the Burzens project. It's a site located at the corner of Muddy Neck and Double Bridges Road. According to Ocean View Town Hall, the workshop takes place from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Ocean View Community Center. That's on West Avenue.
The Delaware Division of Revenue is warning about a new text message scam. The messages pretend to be from the Division of Revenue, saying your tax refund is approved, but demanding valid payment information. They even claim your refund will be forfeited if you don't respond. The agency says this is not true. Never click the links, and the state says it will never send texts asking for personal or financial details, and refunds are never taken away for not replying.
The Delaware Healthcare Association sounding the alarm over the potential impact of the government shutdown. According to the association, the shutdown threatens several healthcare programs that support hospital operations and patient care. DHA CEO said in a statement, quote, "This shutdown will have real implications on critical healthcare programs. The current political gridlock creates uncertainty and making these times even more challenging."
We are now taking a live look at Washington, D.C. Today, the government is shut down, and so are lawmakers. Senators are not in session today, so no opportunity for votes that could reopen the government.
Yeah, now as Americans prepare to deal with the consequences, NBC News is learning that the Office of Management and Budget says that the administration will begin reduction in force in a matter of days.
NBC's Bianca Fascini shows us what is in store as there is no end in sight today.
Every other shutdown.
24 hours later, and both sides are still blaming each other.
Donald Trump and Republicans shut the federal government down.
Democrats followed through on their threat to shut down the United States government.
While lawmakers will be in Washington Thursday, Capitol Hill was already planned to be fairly quiet in observance of Yom Kippur, according to Senate Majority Leader John Thune. The Senate holds their next vote Friday afternoon. As Americans wait for the stalemate to resolve, many federal workers are bracing for layoffs.
We're not getting paid for the work we're performing. We're nervous about making ends meet. And the American people are also nervous about what a government shutdown means to their earned benefits.
We don't like that. We don't necessarily want to do it, but we're going to do what we have to keep the American people's essential services continuing to run.
Now, the Democrats say these layoffs will be targeted toward government programs the GOP doesn't like.
Targeting the clean energy economy. Republicans have been doing that since January 20th and assaulted the clean energy economy and the creation of good-paying American jobs in their one big, ugly bill.
But it's a claim that the administration denies. At the heart of the issue is health care. The Democrats want to reverse Medicaid cuts and President Trump's tax breaks and spending reductions from the summer. They also want to extend tax credits that make health insurance premiums more affordable for the millions of people who purchase through the Affordable Care Act. For now, it seems like neither side is willing to budge. And according to the Congressional Budget Office, an estimated 750,000 federal employees could be furloughed each day of a shutdown. In Washington, Bianca Fascini, NBC News.
And we're just getting started this morning on Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, coming up, Assateague services slashed, how the government shutdown is impacting activities right here on Delmarva.
Also, Veteran Affairs gets first secretary. We'll tell you new Secretary General Karen Berry plans for the future of the department.
But first, from strangers to instant friends, how two young women who just met a few months ago have now built a growing community across coastal Delaware. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Making friends can be tough at any stage of life, especially young adulthood. But for two women in Delaware, they're trying to change that. They're getting women together for a walking club. In this week's Coastal Connections, Elisa Weber shows us what these two women have done with the Beach Babes Walking Club.
You would think Samantha and Cameron have been friends for years, but they only met this past May when Cameron was looking to connect after moving to Delaware from Pennsylvania. Samantha was also new to the first state, ironically from Pennsylvania too.
So I actually saw Sam post a video on TikTok, and I saw she was in the area, so I reached out. I was like, hey, you want to grab dinner? Kind of just trying to meet friends. So it was a little girl date that we went on at Nalu, and that night was some history for us.
The second time they hung out, Samantha and Cameron started planning a walking group for women, believing they weren't the only ones looking to meet new people. And in June 2025, Beach Babes Walk Club officially hit the ground walking.
We really were just craving a girlhood and a community, so that's kind of what Beach Babes is about. Literally, people would just come up and they were like, I came here alone, I was so nervous, and like I really feel that, and I'm like proud of them for showing up, because that's like really the first step you have to take to make friends and like connection, and that's all you have to do is just show up.
The club is free. All you have to do is show up, and women in all phases of life are welcome.
We had college age girls come and up to even moms, 30, 40 years old. Like, everyone's welcome. So it was just a great range of people, and we have girls bring like their dogs, their kids. It's amazing.
What started as a twice-a-month event has grown into a weekly gathering, sometimes held on both Saturday and Sunday as word spread and demand increased. Even though summer has come to an end, Beach Babes has no plans of stopping.
We are looking to make a branch off of the walk club just for girls who don't necessarily want to walk, or it's maybe too cold to walk. So we're looking at making a social club of some sorts. No like names or anything yet, but that will entail just things we can do to meet up, like think bonfires on the beach, winery days with the girls, just like a bunch of fun activities to really get to know each other better, and do just like fun activities with the seasons, like fall, winter, lots to look forward to.
If you would like to join the 302 Beach Babes, all you have to do is pull out your phone, go on their Instagram, and find the next time and location for their walk. For Coastal Connections, I'm Elisa Weber.
Time is 6:18, and you are looking live at the early morning scene in Salisbury. First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono, he's the guy on the right of your screen, and is tracking some temperatures. They're in the 40s this morning in some areas, Chris.
Yeah, hey there, Matt. It is cool this morning, especially away from the beaches where we're seeing clear skies, calm winds. That's allowing for those temperatures to fall. And you could see we're a good 16 degrees cooler in Salisbury than where we were about 24 hours ago. Temperature there right now, 49 degrees, dew point 48. So it is The winds are rather calm west of Coastal Highway. We're at 51, Milford 48, Bridgeville 49 in Millsboro, but milder at the coast, 60s there with that wind coming off the ocean. Gusts still about 23 Ocean City, 21 in Bethany Beach. We're not going to be dealing with the 40-mile-an-hour winds like we had yesterday. So dew points are in the 40s and 50s, and we're going to stay comfortable and dry really through the weekend. As we get into early next week, we'll begin to see some humidity creep back into the picture with more of a southwest wind flow. High pressure in full control of the weather across much of the northeast and mid-Atlantic as that high sinks southward. Hurricane Imelda still kicking at this hour, went right through Bermuda overnight, and this will be turning into an extratropical cyclone through the day today and racing off into the North Atlantic. Coastal flood advisory newly issued for portions of the coastal Sussex County. This runs through 10 o'clock tonight. That is primarily for some inundation during high tide cycle, as well as that push of wave action. Coastal flood advisories, and then we also have the small craft advisory for the entire Delmarva coast. High surf advisory up through about noon today, still expecting waves upwards of 5 to 9 feet. Some tidal flooding along the bay is possible, up to a foot of inundation there through high tide cycle today, so keep that in mind when you're out and about through the day today. High 69 in Lewis, 68 Georgetown, 71 to Cambridge. Some areas could touch around that lower 70-degree mark. Most of the area does stay in the mid to upper 60s. Partly cloudy skies through the afternoon. As we go into the overnight, once again falling upper 40s to lower 50s away from the coast. Partly cloudy Friday, still on the cooler side with highs around 70. And then the weekend, we'll see wall-to-wall sunshine. Those wind gusts, as I mentioned today, at least through the midday, gusting upwards of 25 miles an hour. But those winds should really begin to decrease through the day today into the overnight. As quickly as we cooled, we're going to quickly warm up. Average high 75 will be right around that on Saturday, and then likely above that into Sunday as we push into the lower 80s into early next week. So that's the setup. High pressure really dominating our weather pattern through the weekend, setting the stage for an absolutely beautiful weekend in Ocean City. Country calling there, kicking it off Friday night. Temperatures in the upper 60s, lower 70s through the weekend. High pressure slides to our southeast over the early part of next week. We introduce more of a southwesterly wind flow ahead of a cold front that pushes through late Wednesday. And that's really going to be our next chance to see showers and maybe even a thunderstorm there on Wednesday. So there's the wall-to-wall sunshine through the weekend. 81 into our Monday, 83 Tuesday, and then there's our next chance of rain coming by next Wednesday.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Delaware is marking a new chapter for veterans. On Wednesday, lawmakers, advocates, and veterans gathered as General Karen Berry was sworn in as the state's first Secretary of Veteran Affairs. House Bill 1, which established the state-level Department of Veterans Affairs, was passed by the General Assembly and signed into law by Governor Matt Meyer in August. Many veterans hope this new cabinet-level position will give them a stronger voice and better representation, something they say has long been overdue.
I'm honored to be the one to lead us into the future of supporting, making sure our veterans understand and their families understand what are the services that are available to them so that can help make their lives better.
And General Berry says she plans to meet with veteran communities across the state to hear about their challenges and learn how the new department can help support them.
The Delmarva Sports Network is covering marching band competitions featuring over a dozen schools from across the peninsula. These competitions will stream exclusively on DSM+. The next one is scheduled for October 18th.
And up next on Coast TV News today, Assateague services slashed. What areas of Assateague Island National Seashore are closed to visitors as that government shutdown persists? Don't go anywhere.
The Assateague Island National Seashore Facebook page says the federal government shutdown has left it with fewer staff and services. The National Seashore campground, beaches, and trails will remain open through the shutdown. However, the visitor center will be closed until the shutdown is over. Visitors say they are relieved the park remains partially open.
It is a beautiful park, and I know I've gotten a lot out of it over the years, and I'm sure a lot of other people have.
And for now, visitors will have to enjoy Assateague with fewer resources and wait for the government shutdown to end before the park fully reopens.
The Chincoteague National Wildlife Refuge has announced the winner of its annual photo contest. The winning photo is titled Trying to Think, and it's by Terry Willis of Maryland. You're looking at a tri-colored heron perched thoughtfully along the shoreline. This was taken just north of the Assateague Bridge, and judges said what makes this picture so special is that it was taken from a kayak. The photo will get featured on Chickateague's 2026 annual pass.
Well, it finally feels like fall outside, but I do have to say yesterday afternoon, that wind, it was pretty brutal if you were walking or running outside, that's for sure.
Yeah, I didn't make it outside too much, so I didn't feel the effects of that. But Chris, if we go to the beach today, it sounds like we'll have to deal with some strong gusts.
Yeah, we'll have some breezy conditions. We had some 40-mile-an-hour gusts yesterday, but today 20, 25 miles an hour, and this will be decreasing through the afternoon as we take a live look into Ocean View. Partly cloudy skies there. 64, one of our mild locations because it's much chillier the further inland you go. We have a newly issued coastal flood advisory for coastal Sussex County. This runs through about 10 o'clock tonight, primarily for up to an inundation of about a foot during high tide cycle, as well as that higher than normal wave action that we have. Small craft advisories linger through Friday and into the weekend across the Delmarva coast. This high surf advisory only remains in effect through about noon, but still expecting 5 to 9 foot waves today. Coastal flood advisory, Dorchester, Somerset, Wicomico County, some minor to moderate tidal flooding there through the high tide cycle. Partly cloudy skies through the afternoon into Ocean City and Fenwick Island, highs around the mid to upper 60s. Lewis 67 by around noon, as well as in Rehoboth 66 under partly cloudy skies, and a gorgeous afternoon in Cambridge and Crisfield, with highs approaching 70 through the afternoon in both Cambridge and Crisfield. Congratulations to Cheryl White, Laurel, Delaware. You're the winner of our CoastTV weather umbrella. Coming up, we'll talk more about this beautiful stretch of weather we have to round out the week and into the weekend in the next half hour. Elisa.
Thank you, Chris. And after the break on CoastTV News today, patient records improvement, LBB says 2 new services will allow for better access.
Also, Ocean City fines increase. It is temporary as another special event zone goes in effect. And we'll tell you about the event that is the reason for the restrictions.
And no action on Atlantic Fields. What you need to know about the continued delay on a decision for the massive shopping center planned for Sussex County. CoastTV News today. We'll be right back.
Now on Coast TV News.
Atlantic Field's future frozen. Why the big design for a Costco, Target, and more near Lewis is delayed once again.
Neglect nightmare uncovered how these animals are in the care of the Brandywine Valley SPCA in Georgetown after a Newcastle County man is facing over 60 counts of charges, including animal cruelty.
Good Thursday morning, Delmarva. That autumn-like chill is in the air this morning. Some of us waking up to temperatures in the 40s. I'll have details on a spectacular stretch of weather ahead.
Healthcare gets streamlined. Why a new upgrade at BB is expected to increase efficiency with managing medical records.
This is Coast TV News Today.
October 2nd, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us.
It is 6:31. Country Callings tomorrow. We've been talking about it during the break. You, like I, would really like to see that big Luke Combs show on Sunday.
You have tickets to go see Luke Combs. I am very jealous of you. And you have a couple of the other artists on your laptop.
I'm looking at Friday's lineup here.
Friday is
this is a monster lineup tomorrow. Carrie Underwood, Brooks and Dunn.
Leanne
Rimes. Tyler Hubbard of Florida Georgia Line. Yeah.
Luke Bryan, Luke Combs, as we mentioned. Yeah, that is a good crowd. So if you're headed there this weekend, we're hoping for some great performances and also some great weather, Chris. I'm sure that's what everyone's paying attention to today.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, guys. We are looking pretty good heading into the weekend, unlike last weekend when we had that monsoon in Ocean City on Saturday. As we take a live look into Ocean View, partly cloudy skies. They're still a bit breezy there and milder. 64 with that wind coming off the ocean. That's one of our more milder locations because the further inland you go, temperatures are in the 40s. Look at that temperature drop over the last 24 hours. Temperature change, 14 degrees cooler in Georgetown, 16 degrees cooler in Salisbury. And there you see west of Coastal Highway 49, Long Neck, we're at 47. Harrington 48 there in Laurel. Winds right now pretty calm for most of us, but we're still seeing some wind speeds anywhere between about 12 to 20 along the coast, with some gusts upwards of 24 Indian River Inlet to 21 in Bethany Beach. It's going to be a rather breezy morning and afternoon at the beaches. Dew points are in the 40s, and that is an indicator of how dry the air mass is. High pressure sinking southward, and that's going to allow for some pretty nice conditions over the course of the rest of the week and even into the weekend. That fall chill in the air today. Still do have a high risk of rip currents, so keep that in mind, but a picture-perfect weekend ahead with highs in the 70s, overnight lows 40s and 50s. Temperatures today right around 69 through Lewis, Rehoboth, and Dewey. Could touch around the 70-degree mark there in Chincoteague. Winds out of the northeast at about 10 to 25 miles an hour. We'll talk more about that weekend ahead here in a little bit. Elisa.
Thank you, Chris. And our top story this half hour, another delayed decision on plans for a large shopping center on Route 24 west of Lewis.
Yeah, vote to change the zoning for the Atlantic Field Shopping Center. This would include the Costco, Target, Whole Foods. It didn't happen at Wednesday's planning and zoning meeting. The commission deferred their decision on the zoning amendment to a later date.
And people who live nearby were at that meeting, many saying they're worried about the traffic the new stores could bring to the area.
According to plans, Atlantic Fields would go along Route 24 on the corner of Mulberry Knoll Road. That's near Beacon Middle School. And it would be a 695,000 square foot development.
And new this morning, slowing down in Ocean City, the town is announcing the implementation of another special event zone later this month. According to police, enhanced parking rules and higher violation fines are going into place from October 9th to 12th. This is for the Endless Summer Cruisin event. The town says it expects thousands of visitors and heavy congestion.
Yeah, we just talked about it moments ago. Here's some more details because happening this weekend in Ocean City, it is the big Country Calling Music Festival. 3-day event is back. It takes place October 3rd to the 5th. Organizers say headliners include Carrie Underwood, Luke Bryant, Luke Combs. There are 3 different stage areas for people to enjoy. There's 2 on the beach. There's also 1 on the boardwalk, and all of this is at the Ocean City Inlet.
New this morning, BB Healthcare is rolling out a major upgrade to patient care. According to the organization, starting November 1st, BB will start to use Epic, an electronic health record system, along with MyChart patient portal. The system connects records from across more than 50 locations in Sussex County, giving patients one chart for all of their care. With MyChart, people can view appointments, message doctors, and manage billing from their phone or computer. BB leaders say the upgrade will improve patient access, coordination, and community health.
Got a heartbreaking story to tell you about. It's out of Newcastle County. The president of a Delaware animal rescue is facing animal cruelty charges.
According to the Office of Animal Welfare, nearly 100 dogs, cats, and small pets were rescued from Mark Potomi's home. Potomi is the founder of Pet and Wildlife Sanctuaries.
And authorities say he had 98 animals living among filth. You can see some of them here packed into crates. 4 animals did not survive. Potomi's now facing more than 60 counts of animal cruelty and other charges.
These pictures are just devastating, and now nearly all the animals are at the Brandywine Valley SPCA in Georgetown. The SPCA says it's in need of fosters, adoptions, and donations to help care for these pets.
Chincoteague's National Wildlife Refuge will remain open during normal hours of the duration of the government shutdown. That's according to the Chamber of Commerce. But park officials say the Bateman Center, Tom's Cove Visitor Center, and Assateague Lighthouse, they're all closed.
We are now taking a live look at Washington, D.C. It's now day 2 of the government shutdown, and the lack of funding impacts have already begun. Thousands of federal workers are staying home, reducing some services for Americans.
And Amy Kiley shows us the potential ramifications of the budget impasse.
Congress's first role is to make sure the government operates.
We need to reopen the government.
Leaders of both parties say the government shutdown is bad for the country, but they don't agree on how to fix it. Democrats want a funding bill that reverses Medicaid cuts and extends expiring Obamacare subsidies.
Well, what we're doing is fighting to protect the health care of the American people.
Republicans want a fairly clean continuing resolution.
The counter proposal would add $1.5 trillion in new spending on a 7-week stopgap measure. We're not doing that.
Shuttering the government is starting to have an impact. The FBI Agents Association says, quote, a shutdown can undermine the FBI's ability to perform its duties at a time when the country faces an unprecedented range of national security and criminal threats. Meanwhile, the White House says it'll soon use the shutdown as a reason to lay off federal workers.
The DOGE cuts, it's now this shutdown. I almost wonder, why would anybody want to be a federal worker?
Sources say the White House also thinks a food program for women, infants, and children could run out of money by next week. A recent survey shows about a quarter of military families rely on WIC. Service members are among the federal workers no longer getting paid.
Our military families need a solution to this.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
This just in, Attorney General Pam Bondi and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth are in Memphis, Tennessee to meet with federal, state, and local law enforcement, along with National Guard troops. The visit comes as National Guard troops begin arriving in the city at the direction of President Trump in an initiative called Memphis Safe Task Force. It's a part of the push by the administration to crack down on crime, similar to the steps that were taken in Washington, D.C.
We are going to work hand in hand to make the most violent crime city in the country have no crime.
It's still unclear exactly how many troops and agents will be in Memphis or where they will be positioned.
And we have a lot more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, targeted ad awareness. The new way Meta says it will use your information for targeted ads.
Also, Friday Night Lights. We look at the keys for Sussex Central as they face a powerhouse program from Newcastle County for the second week in a row. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Good Thursday morning, Delmarva. Chilly start to our day here in Laurel. Partly cloudy skies. We're at 49 degrees. Dew point is 49. Winds are calm, so very dry out there, but you can see the winds, how calm they are west of Coastal Highway. Winds at the coast gusting upwards of 24 to 23 miles an hour. Could see some gusts as high as 25 through the morning and early afternoon. You can see the temperatures, though, that difference, 46 in Harrington, 48 in Bridgeville, but it's 65 in Rehoboth Beach. High pressure building in, and it's going to really keep us nice and sunny and dry here through the rounding out the week and into the early part of next week. Seeing some light color change in eastern Pennsylvania as well as New Jersey. Doesn't really make it down to the heart of Delmarva till at least late October, early November. Coastal areas not until mid-November, so we'll begin to see those slow changes here over the next few weeks. You get your latest forecast by dialing the First Alert weather phone. I'll have that 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Matt.
Okay, Chris, got a shoplifting call in Rehoboth Beach on Wednesday. It ended with much more. According to police, 25-year-old Corey Edge of Harrington is accused of stealing on Rehoboth Avenue Wednesday morning. Police say when they stopped him, he also had meth. He had drug paraphernalia. And get this, he had a knife with metal knuckles. Edge faces several felony and misdemeanor charges. He was released on an $8,000 unsecured bond.
Delaware State Police say continuing checkpoints are part of an ongoing effort to reduce impaired driving. New data from DSP says officers screened 228 cars. They made 5 DUI arrests along with 12 other traffic stops.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, sports fans. We have a cross-conference battle on the gridiron this Friday. It's the Sussex Central Golden Knights and the Middletown Cavaliers.
The Sussex Central Golden Knights are gearing up for a Friday night showdown. This team a year ago defeated Middletown 37-33. But Sussex Central is sitting at a 2-game losing streak. Head coach John Wells says there's a lot to improve on after the Hodgins-Votech game, but he was proud of how his team fought in the contest against Louisiana. So for this week against Middletown, the keys are to maintain the pace of the game.
Slowing them down. I mean, obviously, they got skilled players at every position. 3 great running backs that are all recruits. I think they got 2 or 3 that are Division I recruits right now. The quarterback might be faster than all of them. They can throw it, catch it, they can run it. They're very skilled there. Defensively, again, I think they had a few new faces there also. So they're pretty stout. I think they're still, I don't care what the record is, I still think they're the best team in the state skill-wise and talent-wise. So it's going to be a tall order for us, but it's like last week. We got up for the challenge, and I think our kids will do the same again.
That'll for sports. Have a great day, everybody.
Coming up tonight on DSN at 5:30, your high school football pregame show, Scoops and Scores. Then we have a big city matchup in Salisbury when undefeated Y-High faces Parkside at 11 p.m. It is the final score. Now, along with that Y-High Parkside game, here's what you can watch on DSN Plus today. At 4 p.m., we've got some Bayside Conference girls soccer when North Dorchester visits Queen Anne's. Some Henlopen Conference boys soccer at 5:30, Indian River hosting Cesar Rodney and Milford taking on Delmar. And at 6:30, Worcester County High School football when Decatur hosts Snow Hill.
And it's week 5 in the NFL regular season, and we have Sunday Night Football right here on Coast TV this week. You can catch the New England Patriots take on the Buffalo Bills. Coverage begins at 7, then stay right here for Coast TV News following the game.
Frankenstein unveiled, plus Demi Moore, Billy Bob Thornton. They return to the small screen. Rick Damigella has more in the Hollywood Minute.
Frankenstein comes alive. This is a glimpse at Jacob Elordi's portrayal of the resurrected monster in Guillermo del Toro's take on the Mary Shelley novel. Oscar Isaac co-stars in the tense new film, which will have a limited theatrical release on October 17th before arriving on Netflix on November 7th.
I want success. Get it for me.
Demi Moore and Billy Bob Thornton face more oil drama. We have your first look at season 2 of the hit drama Landman. The pair of stars will continue tackling the pressures of a Texas oil boom as new episodes premiere on November 16th on Paramount+.
Over the right shoulder, right down the center, sir.
Walton Goggins is heading to video games. The actor will now portray his character from the TV series Fallout in the video game series from which the show is based. The Ghoul will be a major addition for the popular multiplayer game Fallout 76 and will be part of the upcoming Burning Springs expansion. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
If you're having a rough week, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up right now for free at coasttv.com/signup and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday. And here's what you can look forward to this afternoon on Coast Life at 4 p.m.
We're plugging along to the end of the week here, and if you join us on Coast Life at 4 o'clock, here's what's in store for you. If you are looking for a great way to see a great show, well, we've got a good one for you with Little Shop of Horrors. Also, we're talking Sea Witch Festival. That's going to be here before you know it. We've got everything that you need to know to make your trip to Rehoboth Beach count. And we're also going to be talking some football. Maybe you're a new football fan and you don't really know what's going on, and we're going to break things down for you as well. All of that and more is happening today at 4 on Coast Life. We'll see you then.
Well, that autumn-like chill stepping outside the door this morning will pair well with your pumpkin spice latte this morning. Temperatures rising to only the mid to upper 60s this afternoon under partly cloudy skies. We'll talk more about some sunny, dry weather ahead in that full 70 forecast right after the break.
The time is now 6:49 and we are taking a live look outside at Laurel this morning. We're looking like a little bit of sun is starting to come out, Chris. Hopefully more sun comes out today because it is cool outside.
Yeah, that autumn chill is certainly in the air this morning, especially away from the beaches where temperatures are in the 40s this morning. And you can see that 24-hour temperature change, about 14 degrees cooler there, Cambridge and Georgetown, 16 degrees cooler in Salisbury. Laurel, one of our more cooler locations this morning, 49 degrees there. Winds are relatively calm. Cool spot there, 46 Harrington, we're at 49 Delmar, 48 in Willards, 50 Long Neck, and 65 in Bethany Beach. Still a bit breezy out there this morning and through the afternoon. Primarily along the beaches, we'll see winds gusting 20 to 25 miles an hour. It is very dry. Dew points are in the 40s and 50s, and we're going to stay that way at least through the second half of the weekend. Early next week, we'll begin to see the humidity levels creep up a bit with more of a southwest wind flow, but high pressure is really going to be dominating our weather pattern here over the course of the next few days into next week. Hurricane Imelda went right through Bermuda overnight. Still a hurricane, will be an extratropical cyclone later on today as it races off into the North Atlantic. Coastal flood advisory up for coastal Sussex County through 10 o'clock tonight. Could see up to a foot of inundation through the high tide cycle because we're still expecting some higher than normal wave action. Small craft advisories continue for the Delmarva coast through the weekend, and that high surf advisory is up through about noon today. Still expecting waves as high as 5 to 9 feet. Coastal flood advisory in the bay as well. Could see some moderate tidal flooding there this afternoon. Highs upper 60s to lower 70s under partly cloudy skies. Once we go into the evening, it's going to be another cold night, falling into the upper 40s to mid to upper 40s inland portions of Delmarva. By tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy. Another beautiful day with highs around the lower 70s. So it'll be a bit breezy at least into the early part of the afternoon, and then as we go into the evening and into the overnight, those winds will really begin to wind down, and that's going to allow for many areas to fall pretty cool tomorrow morning. But we rapidly warm into the second half of the weekend. We're up to 78 into Sunday as that high pressure system slides to our southeast the second half of the weekend, and that's going to set the stage for a gorgeous weekend in Ocean City. Country calling there. 73 Saturday, wall-to-wall sunshine through the weekend, and it's not really going to be until middle part of next week where we see a cold front approach, give us another chance of showers and maybe even a thunderstorm as we go into Wednesday night. Your 7-day forecast shows 78 Sunday, plenty of sunshine through the weekend. We are at 81 Monday, so we'll introduce a little bit of humidity there early next week. And then there's our next chance of rain coming Wednesday with that cold front moving through.
Thank you, Chris. New this morning, Cambridge drivers will have to slow down. According to the city, work is scheduled for Locust Street near Glenburn Avenue. It's on Friday tomorrow, October 3rd, and we're showing you the area that's affected right here on your screen. City officials say crews are scheduled from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and they're advising drivers to slow down, use caution, and stay alert for workers in that area.
Microsoft is doubling down on price increases for its Xbox video game system. The company announced it is raising prices for the console's top subscription tier by 50%. That brings the cost of an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate to $30 per month or $360 per year. It comes as previously announced price increases for the Xbox Series X and S consoles are set to take effect this month.
Meta will soon use what people tell its AI chatbot to target them with more personalized ads. The company says users will see changes come next week, but it won't really kick in until December 16th. Meta says it won't use sensitive topics like religion, politics, or health for the ad targeting, and if you'll still be able to use the ad preferences tool to add or remove topics that do not interest you.
The time is now 6:53, and we are going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
Today's coastal pet of the day, it's from that same family if you were watching us last hour, but this guy seems to be a little bit more different. That's Junior on your screen. Junior is a sleepy boy. If you were with us in our 5 o'clock hour, you saw Sunny. Junior takes a little bit more chill approach to life, and Junior was submitted to us also by Lori in Fishing Creek.
Junior
so shout out to Dorchester County in these pictures.
Junior looks really comfortable.
Yes.
We want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen.
Scan that QR code top center, get your friends to us, and then watch weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
It is 6:56, and we are going to take another look at your forecast before you head out the door this morning.
Yeah, looking good for some big outdoor events this weekend, Chris.
Oh yeah, and in fact, we're going to see a little warming trend as we go into the weekend as well. We'll be back up into the mid to upper 70s, but a cool day here on Delmarva. Partly cloudy skies. We'll start out in the 40s and 50s this morning on our way to highs in the upper 60s. Once again, tonight falling mid to upper 40s into early Friday morning. Plenty of sunshine through the afternoon, 71, and then there's that warming trend, wall-to-wall sunshine through the weekend, mid to upper 70s, and it gets even warmer into early next week, 81 through Monday, 83 Tuesday. That will be the warmest day of the next 10. Cold front comes through Wednesday, bringing us a chance of showers and storms late in the day, and we cool down behind the front.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News Today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
Then we'll be back for Coast TV News midday at 11.
And for even more news and coverage you can count on, don't forget to download our Coast TV News and Weather apps. Have a great Thursday morning, everybody.